Host your holiday party at Apex Entertainment this year. Book early and save. Receive a $15 Apex gift card for each guest with holiday parties booked before October 1st. With flexible event space, attractions, and customizable menus, Apex is the perfect holiday party destination. For more information, contact the sales team or go to apexentertainment.com.
B-Pod Studios.
You know what day it is?
Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
And a good Wednesday morning, everyone.
Thank you for joining us, everyone. We have such a fun show ahead.
It's Wednesday. It's only Wednesday?
It's a great show ahead.
It's Wednesday.
Fun show.
That's your favorite day.
This is such a fun show. There is so much more fun happening.
It's showtime.
80s and more. 105.7 WROR. The ROR Morning Show. Here's Bob Bronson, LBF, and Brian.
Hey, good morning. Happy Wednesday. It is September 15th at 5:40. Going to be cloudy early and then a high of 86 today. So this could be our last, I hate to make this prediction, but this could be our last day in the 80s. Maybe this could be it until June.
Well, I appreciate you pointing it out because you know what? This is a sort of a call to action.
Yeah.
Take advantage.
Right.
Don't go to work.
Okay.
Go to the beach.
I'm tempted.
Yeah, you should.
Do you know, speaking of Winger Chic,
yeah,
I don't give away the secret.
Sorry.
That's the only place that doesn't charge you right now.
Right.
Pretty good, right?
Yep.
There's other beaches that don't charge as well. But you know that we made that mention last week about would you pay $40 to park, like I was asked to at another beach.
Yes.
People really wanted to comment on that. It was the most talked about post that we've had
I know.
in a couple of weeks.
I feel strongly.
We have a cheap audience, and I like it.
Me too.
Right?
Parking is one of those things where it's like just, you're paying for something that is not fun at all.
No.
It's not a sexy purchase.
You're paying to go have fun.
Yes, exactly.
It's
like, it's a cover charge for it's the thing is it's a cover charge for a basic situation like the beach.
Yeah.
You're not getting
Should
a concert.
Should never be $40.
No. You're just that's what I got to do.
It's rent for the smallest apartment ever.
Yes.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I saw on the news today that there's a parking spot.
Oh, yeah, I saw that too.
South Boston. 350, 375,000.
Yeah.
What are you getting?
You're getting a parking space.
In a garage? Like, what do you...
I don't know if it's in a garage. I think it might just be a little plot of land.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, this happens occasionally, and then I roll my eyes at the state of the universe.
We're back, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at it that way.
Exactly.
We can charge you that. We're back. Mm-hmm. Anyway, hey, your 80s artist of the day today, we're going to put a little more money back in your pocket at 8 o'clock, and then on the even hours throughout the day till 8 p.m. is REO Speedwagon.
Oh, great.
Yeah. You know all the great 80s music they had?
Yep.
Okay.
Take it on the run, right?
Keep on loving you.
Keep on, yeah.
Yeah, all that good stuff.
Okay, I got some in my head.
All right, they're worth $500 on the even hours. You give a keyword and text in, and so make sure you spend your workday with us. Multiple chances, $500, and you need this number 45911. You don't have to call us; just text us.
Okay.
Nobody wants to talk anymore.
No.
Okay, that's fine. 542. Good morning.
Get our live stream anywhere in your house on your Amazon and enable the skill by saying Enable ROR Boston. Then say Open ROR. More at WROR.
105.7 WROR, 80s and more. That's Pat Benatar, of course. Hit me with your best shot. It's 5:57. Bob, LBF, and Brian on this Wednesday, September 15th. Let's find out what's going on, LBF.
All right, it's 68 degrees in Boston. This is brought to you by Dover Rug. It appears that either Michelle Wu or Anissa Essabi, I pronounced that wrong, Anissa Essabi George will be the next elected mayor of Boston. Both city councilors have declared victory and are poised to face off against each other in the general election in November. Yeah, the investigation continues into the death of that Boston University associate professor who fell through a rusted-out stairwell. The stairs next to the MBTA's JFK UMass station were supposed to be blocked off when David Jones of Milton fell to his death on Saturday. Suffolk District Attorney Rachel Rollins says her office is now investigating the death. An online fundraiser set up to help the family of Jones has raised more than $100,000. Hollywood is mourning the death of comedian Norm Macdonald. The former Saturday Night Live alum died yesterday at the age of 61 after privately battling cancer for 9 years. And the Rolling Stones are painting their red tongue logo black in memory of the late Charlie Watts. The legendary drummer died last month at the age of 80. The Stones will resume their No Filter tour later this month in St. Louis with their lips and tongue logo emblazoned on the tour merchandise and promotions, but the famous red emblem will be all black in honor of Watts. In sports, the Red Sox snapped a 2-game slide, beating the Mariners 8-4 in Seattle. They take them on again this afternoon. Weather today, cloudy and 86. Not bad.
No, I'm just looking how old Mick Jagger is.
How old is he?
Gosh, because
102.
Yeah, at least. Because if Charlie Watts was 80, I know Charlie was the oldest. Let's see. Mick was born. Wikipedia. Wow. 1943.
78.
78. How about that?
You know,
Still on tour.
when you're
It's
skinny
78.
and you run around a stage for a
Yeah.
living, it's good for you.
Right?
You just don't do
78.
drugs while you do it.
I know. And it's not like he's doing the Grand Ole Opry here. He can sit on a stool.
No, this
and
is
pluck
sweating.
away.
And this is
Doing
cardio.
the chicken dance and all that.
No.
Forget Pilates. I'll do what he's I'll have what
Right.
he's having. All right. It's 5:59. Brian, how are the roads?
They're not great. This is brought to you by DCU Digital Federal Credit Union.
Well, there's that song, Move Like Jagger, by Maroon 5.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
that? So
that
there you
one. Right.
We know he's 78, still moving.
Yep.
I have a question for you, and you don't have to answer if you don't want to.
I won't tell you how much I weigh.
No. Because my wife can't do this, and I wonder if you can.
What is it?
I'll ask you in a minute.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, because
Oh, boy.
I'm not sure if you can or not. Can you stick around for a minute?
Oh, sure.
All right, good. You have to kind of anyway.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, fine.
More
Obligated.
80s, more variety. Now the ROR Morning Show with Bob Bronson, LBF, and Brian.
Cool, yeah.
And 3 cool things you should know.
Gonna be cool.
And brought to you by Dunkin', sipping to fall with a $3 medium pumpkin cream cold brew or pumpkin spice signature latte at Dunkin'. Participation may vary, limited time offer, and it's valid on pumpkin spice signature latte only and all cold foam cold brew. Okay, LBF, what is it that's so cool? We all have to know.
All right, this is happening in 101 days.
Oh, boy.
And you better start planning today.
Okay. This
Okay.
is it. I think I know.
You do.
I've done the math. 101 days.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, Brian, what do you have?
Got something that's back that just makes you happy.
Okay.
Great.
That's good.
It's great.
Yeah. And I've got what you should be having for breakfast this morning. And I would never have known this.
Okay.
But this is what you should have for breakfast because it packs a punch and it's got a hidden benefit that they just found out about.
Really?
Yeah, I'll tell you in
New
a minute.
discovery.
Okay.
Okay, so in 101 days, everybody, guess what's happening?
Santa's coming?
Christmas.
Yes.
And the head of UPS said, order your Christmas presents now.
Is that right?
Yes, because otherwise on Christmas Day, there may be just a picture of something that's not coming until February or March because 1 in 4 holiday shoppers plan to start by the end of this month. But you better do it now because of the supply chain problems that have stymied retailers and ports and everything. You know how you can't get anything? Like, it's like, heaven forbid, like a washing machine breaks because it's very hard to get that. Cars, chips in cars. Not that you're getting those things for Christmas, but what I'm saying is the trickle-down effect.
Oh, yeah. Order now.
Order now.
Hey, so Amazon is paying $18 an hour.
Yes.
$18 an hour.
That's pretty good.
Not bad for starting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the potential for a raise, though?
You don't just go and ask that. You start and you improve yourself.
Oh, rats.
Good things will happen.
Oh, really? Is that how it works?
Yes, good.
Well, that
things-
explains a lot. For me, anyway.
Okay. Oh, good things will happen. Keep doing what you do, see? All right, Brian Bell, what's cool?
All right, on Netflix. I love this show so much. Season 6 just dropped on Netflix, as the kids say. Nailed it.
Nailed
It's
it.
the best baking show ever.
Oh, that's what that is.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So they have amateur bakers that, try to recreate these amazing cakes.
Okay.
They never quite do.
They never quite nailed
But
it.
it's hilarious. They nailed it. There you go. There's what they came out with. And then the judges, judge it. And
That's funny.
one of the judges, Jock, he's great. Really good, baker and master. And he helps them. But he says the biggest mistake people make is not accounting for the time. The time is what gets them.
Yeah.
But also things like don't put buttercream on a hot cake.
Don't put. But I've done that.
It melts.
It melts.
Is that what happens?
You forget. You're like,
Yeah.
oh,
It's a little soggy.
rats.
Don't do that.
And you stick it in the freezer.
That
real
might be a
quick.
watch. I think I'll put that on the
it's
list.
so funny. It's great.
Okay, here's what you should have for breakfast with just 150 calories for a small cantaloupe. You should
I thought you were going to
definitely
say cake.
No, it's not. Just a bunch of cantaloupe. Yeah, like 150 calories in a small melon. Cantaloupe has long been touted as for food dieters with its high volume and water content, capable of keeping those who consume it full for hours. So you get that. You're satiated. But cantaloupe is a nutrient-packed melon that doesn't get as much attention as it should. There's a report now that says, surprising that cantaloupe is an excellent source of beta-carotene, a nutrient necessary for eye health. So if you have any eye issues, you should definitely cantaloupe. Eat a cantaloupe.
Cantaloupe.
Right.
Tonight.
All right. Today? This breakfast all day?
right now.
Every day?
Yeah.
You know what's great about cantaloupe?
What's great about
They
cantaloupe?
always serve it at the breakfast buffet at a hotel.
They do, right?
So, yeah.
But you
eye
never
health.
think about it yourself.
No, you don't think about yourself.
If we
You
do,
know?
it ends up being at a party that we cut up for a fruit tray that gets
Exactly.
tossed.
I feel cantaloupe is
Yeah.
high maintenance fruit because
Yeah.
you got to cut it, scoop it, and then peel it, and then cut it again, and blah blah blah.
That's why. It's like
Yeah.
watermelon.
Right.
We never finish the whole watermelon.
Right.
I hate that. Is it just us?
You should puree it and make watermelon martinis.
That's an idea.
Thank you.
Would that be a gin? What? vodka?
I would tequila it up.
Oh, go tequila.
You know, I would. I would add a little bit of like boop boop boop.
There you go. Wow. Elevate your watermelon tequila. All right, 6:23. Men at work. Watch out.
Get our live stream anywhere in your house on your Amazon Echo and enable the skill by saying Enable ROR Boston. Then say Open ROR. More at WROR.com.
105.7 WROR 80s and more. Good morning at 6:26. Bob LBF and Brian. Cloudy skies today, but a high of 86. That might burn off later, but there is a chance of a thunderstorm or two. Tonight, 67. Tomorrow, 70. Right now, it is 70. Well, kind of stunk yesterday about 4 o'clock. You saw all your social media feeds probably with the news. I know we put it on WROR.com and our Facebook page that Norm Macdonald passed. Surprisingly, at 61, I guess he had a long battle with cancer. No one really has said what cancer he had.
No, he kept
but it was
it
a
a
9-year
secret.
battle.
Yeah.
So I don't even want to guess what that would be, but he was great. You know how you could tell? Every comedian was tweeting about him. He's comedian's comedian.
Yep.
Right?
Everyone loved him.
Adam Sandler, everybody. Norm was a frequent guest with Conan. Conan loved him because he just never knew what he was going to do. And he always brought it.
Yeah.
So here, I guess this is something he did about a moth
It's
joke.
an
back in the
infamous
day.
moth joke. It's a little cut down, but here's the gist.
A moth goes into a podiatrist's office. Podiatrist's office says, "What's the problem?" And the moth says, "What's the problem? Where do I begin, man? As I go to work at night, I sometimes wake up and I turn to some old lady, a lady that I once loved, Doc. I don't know where to turn to. My youngest, Alexandria, she fell in the cold of last year. The cold took her down, as it did many of us. And my other boy, I no longer love him. As much as it pains me to say, when I look in his eyes, all I see is the same cowardice that I catch when I take a glimpse of my own face in the mirror." He says, "Doc, sometimes I feel like a spider, even though I'm a moth, just barely hanging on to my web with an everlasting fire underneath me." The doctor says, "Moth, man, you're troubled, but you should be seeing a psychiatrist. Why on earth did you come here?" And then the moth said, "Because the light was on."
Right? You knew he was going to get there.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah. That was a 3-minute joke cut down to 1. So imagine how long
amazing.
that sort of check-off sort of thing, moth thing going on.
Well, the light was here. That's funny. So, yeah. Norm Macdonald. We'll have some more of his stuff throughout the day. It's kind of fun.
I liked how he told a joke and he always had this little grin.
Yeah.
Like, because you're like, this is going to be fun, isn't it?
You knew, because he was fearless.
Yes.
Fearless. It's 6:28. What do you got coming up, Dirty Laundry, besides that?
Oh, I have some good stuff. I have the musical stylings of one Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell, who are in Boston dancing and singing. You can probably catch them on the streets.
It is amazing.
Yeah.
You just played that?
Yeah.
And I don't know what the hell they're doing, but I like it.
You do ya?
Right.
Well, that's all
and
that
I
counts.
want more of it.
All right.
Okay, so that's coming up. You got to hear this in 10 minutes. 1057 WROR 80s and more with Michael Jackson, The Way You Make Me Feel. You're going to feel pretty good today. It's going to be about 86. This could be the last time you see 80s. I'm just saying. Until like May.
All right.
Possibly. I said it could. Right now, it is 70 in the city. Let's get into the laundry. Here's LBF.
All right, this is brought to you by Uno Pizzeria and Grill, who is singing and dancing in the streets of Boston. We've got it on film, and we've got a little duet by these two stars.
So good.
But before I get to that, I just want to mention that Norm Macdonald died. He was 61. He'd been battling cancer privately for 9 years, and Adam Sandler, David Letterman, a bunch of people paying tribute. So many wonderful things said about this guy. And Adam Sandler said, every one of us loved Norm. Some of the hardest laughs of my life with this man. Most fearless, funny, original guy we knew. An incredible dad, a great friend, a legend. Love you, pal. Conan O'Brien, I'm absolutely about Norm Macdonald. Norm had the most unique comedic voice I'd ever encountered. And he was so relentlessly and uncompromisingly funny. I will never laugh that hard again. I'm so sad for all of us today. So, yeah, as you remember, Norm Macdonald was on SNL and he was in movies. He voiced the dog in Dr. Dolittle. That's why I felt his greatest work for me personally.
Yeah. He was Canadian, right? Wasn't he from Canada?
Maybe,
I think he was.
Okay.
Yeah, he had that kind of relaxed vibe, sensibilities.
Yeah, it's when you get free health care, you tend to like relax.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Anyway, in Boston, you
Why
guys.
did he come here? No,
in Boston, they're singing and dancing in the streets. Yes, Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell were spotted in costume yesterday in Boston, right by the Bell in Hand, that little alleyway behind that looks very, very, very like Christmas Carol-y, because they are filming a movie, a musical called Spirited, and it's based on a Christmas Carol.
Is it Christmas Carol? Yeah.
Which I'm wicked psyched about, because the best musical Christmas Carol version is the one with Albert Finney from 1971.
Oh, you like that throwback?
Oh, that's the best one. I mean, it's incredible. And you know what? They're doing their own singing. This is Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds doing a little duet of Mika's Grace Kelly, and it is good. You ready?
I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky, I could be hurtful, I could be purple, I could be anything you like. I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky, I could be hurtful, I could be purple, I could be anything you like. I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky, I could be hurtful, I could be purple, I could be anything you like. I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky, I could be hurtful, I could be purple, I could be anything you like. I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky, I could be hurtful, I could be purple, I could be anything you like. I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky, I could be hurtful, I could be purple, I could be anything you like.
That's crazy.
Yeah, right? It was great. It was great.
Bravo.
Ferrell has some range.
He does.
Is that Will Ferrell? I mean,
yes.
That's up there.
That's up there.
That's not enhanced?
That is not
great.
enhanced. That is good stuff.
Wow. I don't know what it is, but I like it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I know. I hope that they use those pipes
That's
in
a song?
Spirited. Yeah, it's Mika's Grace Kelly.
I never heard of it.
It's great.
Well, now I have to hear it, but I don't know if it's going to top that.
I don't know if it is.
First in.
Sorry, Mika.
For me, anyway.
Mika or Micah. I don't know. Mika. I think.
Mika.
Got it right.
You got it right. Nailed it.
Wow, that's really good.
Nailed it.
You done? Hey, you done?
Yeah.
Would you like to know, and Brian just dug this up for me, the last 80-degree day last year was September 4th of 2020. It was 85. So here it is, September 15th, and it's going to be 85. It's going to be your last day in the 80s. That stinks.
You don't know that.
Based on last year, I do.
Yeah, but you know what? You don't know. 2021 brings lots of surprises.
Well,
we
hey.
get 85 in December.
They treat it like it could be, though.
Yeah.
This could be it.
Could
This
be
could-
it.
that's all
This
I'm
could be
saying.
the last kiss.
Jeez. That's Last Kiss in the 80s.
Last kiss in the
Wow.
80s. I remember my last kiss in the 80s.
It was.
It was 89. I know exactly where I was.
Oh, okay, we're good.
Yeah, that was
Anywho, it's 70 in Boston. 105 WROR. 80s and more. That's the Cars, just what I needed. Today, by the way, marks the second anniversary of Rick Ocasek's passing.
Oh, no.
One of the guitar and lead singers for the Cars. All right, so that's too bad.
Yep.
Okay, it's coming up on 6:58. LBF, what's happening today?
It's 70 degrees in Boston. It appears that either Michelle Wu or Anissa Essaby George will be the next elected mayor of Boston. Both city councilors have declared victory and are poised to face off against each other in the general election in November. An investigation continues into the death of a Boston University associate professor who fell through a rusted-out stairwell. The stairs next to the MBTA's JFK UMass station were supposed to be blocked off when David Jones of Milton fell to his death on Saturday. Suffolk District Attorney Rachel Rollins says her office is now investigating the death. An online fundraiser set up to help the family of Jones has raised more than $100,000. And Hollywood is mourning the death of comedian Norm Macdonald. The former Saturday Night Live alum died yesterday at the age of 61 after privately battling cancer for 9 years. In sports, the Red Sox snapped a 2-game slide, beating the Mariners 8-4 in Seattle. They take them on again this afternoon. Weather today, cloudy skies early, then cloudy this afternoon, but a high of 86. And it might be 86 in Boston, but it's Christmas, too, for a couple of movie stars. They're filming.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll tell you when at 8:40's Dirty Laundry.
Well, I've said it before. I say it again. This could be your last day in the 80s. Mm-hmm. Till next year.
Last day
So
in
Brian
the 80s.
found the last day of the 80s last year was September 4th of 2020. Now we need to know what our first day in the 80s was in 2021.
Okay, first
so we'll know
when's
the next time you're going to be in the 80s again. Anyway, not to bring anybody down.
Like May, I think.
Is it May? Good Lord. It's a long time. Okay, Brian, how are the roads this morning?
They have not been great, Bob. This is brought to you by Duncan. May vary.
Okay.
I didn't find it.
You
How'd
didn't
you
find
find
the
it? I
first
Googled
day in the
first
80s?
80-degree day in Boston in 2021.
It was May. It was early this year.
Yeah, it was like
Seemed
May
it was
24th was 90.
Yeah. No, it got hot quick, but that's 90, not 80.
Yeah.
Hey, Dr. Oz is going to make a house call coming up. So we want to ask him what's the latest with COVID, vaccinations. Do we need boosters? He's got a very different opinion on the boosters than a lot of folks might think. So Dr. Oz is going to ring the doorbell and check in with a house call coming up.
All right.
At about 15 minutes or so. Okay. It's always good, okay? Stick around for that. Always good info when the doctor pops
80s,
in.
More variety. 80s and more. 105.7 WROR. ROR Morning Show. Here's Bob Bronson, LBF, and Brian.
Hey, we love it when we get a house call from everybody's favorite Doc Oz in the house. Good morning, Dr. Oz.
Good morning, my friends. Lots to talk about.
I know. Well, first of all, congratulations on what season is this?
Lucky number 13.
Oh, great.
13. And they said it wouldn't last a year.
That was actually you who said that.
Well,
Bob said that.
He's wrong a lot.
I am wrong a lot, so that's good. Just bet against me. No, of course not. So, Dr. Oz, let's jump back to Monday's show because there's a lot of new information on COVID-19, the boosters and the variants, all that stuff. So where are we now?
For all 13 years, I've tried to do the same thing, which is to do a little reset, step back a second, look what the problems are. And I think the biggest challenge in America is we've been aiming at the wrong target because we're asking the wrong question. We're asking, how do we extinguish COVID as a virus? It's not going to happen. The virus is in 14 species. Only a third of the human species have been vaccinated, of the 8 billion of us. So to live the life we want to live, we want to just tame the virus, not extinguish it, tame it. That's a different goal, which is achievable. And a lot of the discussion now is about masks and boosters and this and that. These could be helpful in taming the virus. Of course, the most important thing you can do is take care of yourself. Make sure you lose weight, you take care of diabetes, hypertension. Those are major risk factors that will worsen your chance of surviving or dealing with consequences of COVID if you get it. But the vaccine has been incredibly effective. And the question, of course, is will it last long enough? And the government, just again this week, has come back saying we're not sure yet. I think it's the right thing to say because we don't know for sure. Israel has had the best vaccination program around the world. They are giving the third booster, the third shot, and let's see how they do. But here's the big argument. Anyone out there who's got kids, the kids go get the first shot or two or something, and then about 6 to 12 months later, if you're going to stay on the schedule, you go back and get a booster. And the purpose of the booster is not just to lift up the immunologic response, it's to make it last longer. It's to give it durability. So from all the experts I've had on the show, that's what the general consensus is. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but the hope is you won't have to get anything after the third shot.
You mean forever, or is that Is it like a flu shot? You go back, every year.
Well, we're not sure. If the virus mutates as fast as the flu, we will need an annual shot. However, if it mutates slowly, then it might be every couple of years or not ever at all. Because, most of the pandemics that we have had as a species, we've not required long-term immunization, right? It sort of went away because it becomes part of the background noise of humanity. Same for this, Hong Kong flu and swine flu. So I'm hoping, and I think a lot of experts feel this, that a third booster will give you enough protection that if you do get a COVID variant, it won't be a bad illness. That's what's happening now, right? I mean, if you've been vaccinated and you get Delta, the majority of people have very mild symptoms. It's not like what it was last year. The chance of you dying or getting hospitalized is one-tenth the rate of people who are unvaccinated.
Why wouldn't you get it? Right? I just don't understand why people wouldn't get the shot with that.
Because it's brand new. Part of it is, there's a skepticism that you're not being told everything. The virus is new, the vaccine is new, it happened really quickly, But part of it is energetically, people don't like being bossed around and treated like chattel. And we have not treated people with respect through this process. Frequently we say, listen, we know what's best for you. Trust us. We got this all worked out. Just do what you're told to do. And the average American says, well, I don't do that normally. You haven't been right all the time before, so maybe I'll just, hold on a little bit here. And young people oftentimes say, well, my friends got COVID. They didn't have much of a problem. Why am I worried about this? Now, think about this. Although we always report the number that 50% of the population got vaccinated, here are the real numbers. 90% of older Americans have gotten vaccinated. So if you're over 60, 65, the group that actually is at risk of having a problem, they all got vaccinated. A few exceptions.
Yeah.
Now, kids under 12 can't get vaccinated. There's 4 million kids at every age, so 50 million kids who couldn't get vaccinated anyway. So the numbers, they look worse than they really are.
All right, Dr. Oz, can you stick around for a minute?
Of course.
All right, so Dr. Oz is joining us. When we come back, I want to talk to you about your show today, this afternoon at 3 o'clock on Boston 25, which is about everything that we thought about metabolism could be wrong. Okay?
Oh, good.
Right, that's coming up next. 105.7 WROR, 80s and more. It's Bob, LBF, and Brian. We continue our house call with Dr. Oz. Don't forget you see him every afternoon at 3 o'clock on Boston 25. So, Dr. Oz, this afternoon show, everything you thought you knew about metabolism is wrong. What's up?
Well, literally, that's true. We always thought metabolism slowed down as you got older. People say, I gained weight, I lost my energy, I lost my libido, I'm older, what do I expect? So this data really comprehensively looks at metabolism throughout the years. And it turns out from ages 20 to 60, there is zero drop in metabolism, which actually makes sense because our species survived by endurance hunting, by running after our prey for miles and miles and miles. So if we didn't have the stamina, the metabolism to keep up, we wouldn't be able to survive with the tribe. And I'll give you one more data point.
Yeah.
You look at the New York Marathon finishing times, and I bet it's the same for the Boston Marathon. 17-year-olds finished on an average time that is equal to that of 55-year-olds. So
okay.
It's amazing. You actually have the raw material at 55 to act like a 17-year-old. It's in our mind that we don't think we can do it.
Yeah, it's always been my excuse.
Wow. So I guess does this mean as far as burning calories as well, right? Not just the ability to run and do all that. You burn the same amount of calories as you did at 17?
Yep, baseline, same number of calories. I'll tell you what part of the story is. A lot of people just getting sedentary. Small things. Watch a 20-year-old move around. They're just bigger in their emotions. They don't just sit all day long. They don't stress eat, right? The stress isn't registered quite yet in the brain. They're 20. I know. I get it. But the takeaway is for us to think about ourselves as 20, even when we're 60, because our body wants that to be the case. And we hold ourselves back because we think, hey, our parents looked old this age, so we got to look old.
Yeah.
My husband wants me to be 20. Maybe my body does too. All right. So it's really, there's no excuses. This is sort of a no excuse thing.
That's the point.
Okay.
And this is, I think, a large theme for this year. We have made a lot of excuses while we couldn't do it ourselves. We were told we couldn't be as thin as we or as energetic as we want to be because our metabolism was slowing down. All these things we were told disempower us, and we want to be enfranchised to make our own decisions.
I like it. You know what? It's food's fault, not mine. So I like that. Yeah, because that's what he's talking about today, the processed food.
Yeah, no,
it's engineered to make you hungry.
Exactly.
Right?
It is. We're doing a big thing on chicken nuggets, and sandwich wars, and all these foods taste so good, but they're souped up with flavors that make them taste even better than they should be, which is why you eat so much of them.
Yeah. Sinister. All right, Dr. Oz, great talking to you. You'll catch the doctor every afternoon at 3 o'clock on Boston 25. Great talking to you, my friend. Take care, Dr. Oz.
God bless. Take care.
Yeah, it's always nice to hear from Dr. Oz. So the other day I was at a grocery store, and I saw a couple, older couple. I'm guessing they were in their 80s. Uh-huh. Do you know what was in his cart as he was pushing it?
What?
You'll never guess. Spicy Doritos.
Oh, maybe he has grandkids.
You think that's what it is? You don't think an 80-something-year-old guy is going to eat spicy Doritos?
I don't think he should.
Right.
I mean, I'm not a doctor, but I feel like that's just playing with fire.
That's literally playing with fire. I was proud of the guy. I'm going to party with you.
Yeah, right?
I'm party with that guy. Hey, coming up, Morning Court, we've got Sarah on the phone. So she says that she and her husband were talking to a financial advisor about life insurance.
Oh, yeah?
And her husband dropped a bomb on her, so to speak. He's not going to get life insurance, and he's got a very peculiar reason why. Okay? He's insistent that he's not going to get life insurance, although she has it on him. Why would he not get it? Can't wait to find out. We talk to Sarah in 10 minutes. All right, Brian, how the roads?
80s and more. 105.7 WROR. The ROR Morning Show.
All rise. ROR Morning Court is now in session.
Order. Here's Bob Bronson, LBF, and Brian.
Morning Court is in session. Let's say good morning to Sarah. Good morning, Sarah.
Good morning.
Well, thank you for calling us this morning. You've got an interesting case. Not that we always talk about financial advice on this show. But
we shouldn't.
No, you don't want it from us. That's why she's going to hopefully hear some from our audience. So what's going on with the life insurance and stuff?
Well, we're married, and we've been married for a while, and, we're just kind of getting everything in order.
Mm-hmm.
We talked to a financial advisor about life insurance, and I kind of just assumed, of course, that's what we're going to do. Like, that's what people do. And then my husband drops this bomb and says, I'm not getting it. Why should I fund your life after I'm dead?
Okay.
Oh,
seriously.
my God.
Wow.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
And he said, well, I don't want my death to be your payday.
So he doesn't
what
want
is he
that.
even talking about?
Wow. So he doesn't want to have that the life insurance, outside of work, right? He just wants to just keep it at bare minimum. Is that it?
Yeah, I guess so. And it's like, I mean, why wouldn't either of us want the other one to be taken care of? If you lose your spouse, it's bad enough. I mean, you should get something to help you. I mean, to be fair, the house is almost paid off, which is great. And we have savings and we both work. And, I would continue to do so if something happened. But, then he also said, well, you'll probably get remarried. And what am I going to do? Buy his new car with money you got because I died?
Oh, my God. This guy's real. He's thought about this.
Okay.
He sure has.
All right. So now this is like an extra policy. I think that's what you're talking about, right? Because you have work insurance. Right?
Yeah, we're both each other's beneficiary. It's like what you use to have a funeral.
Right.
But, I mean, I have no problem with additional life insurance. I have a policy that's $500,000, and he refuses.
Wait a minute. So if you die, he gets $500,000.
And his new girlfriend gets a new car.
And more than that. That's a new house.
I don't care. I wouldn't care what he gets. Like, I would want him to be taken care of. Like, why can't we both do that? I mean, is he being a jerk, or am I clueless, or what? I just don't know what to think.
Wow. Well, so here's what we're going to do, Sarah. We're going to let the audience chime in if you're willing to listen the next 45 minutes. Because, again, I'm not a financial advisor, but this doesn't sound right, okay? But let's see what the audience says, okay? 888-410-1057. In a nutshell, Sarah was talking with a financial advisor, was trying to sell them some life insurance, and the husband says, no, we're good. Just enough, correct me if I'm wrong, just to have him buried, right?
Yeah.
And that's it? With maybe a nice buffet.
Yeah, right.
Okie dokie.
At the Elks.
At the Elks. And you get nothing. Okay, fine. All right, Sarah, stay tuned. 888-410-1057. Morning court is in order, and insurance isn't, but we are in order. All right, 888-410-1057. She doesn't need financial advice, more life advice. Mm-hmm. Okay. Stay tuned, Sarah.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, so would you advise her to drop her insurance? Because he's all set if she goes. $500,000.
Right.
He doesn't want to fund it so she can go buy a new car with her new boyfriend or something, joking about that. Interesting. Okay. 888-410-1057. Just enough for a nice funeral, he says.
Yep.
With maybe some mini sandwiches. And then you're on your own. Wow. Okay, what do you say? 888-410-1057. Hey, watch out. It's the police.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. 1057 WROR 80s and more. It's Bob, LBF, and Brian. We just talked to Sarah. It's kind of an unusual situation where most couples, it's equal on what your insurance would be, the payoff.
Right.
Right, if you were to, for the decedent, right? As they say in insurance. He...
Around here we say the departed.
The departed. Thank you, Brian. So, the dearly departed, if she were to go, he would get $500,000, and if he were to go...
zilch.
She gets nada, just enough to maybe even do a nice cremation.
Right.
And carry that around. The burden of the right?
Yeah, I wouldn't carry it around.
No, you wouldn't carry it around.
Life insurance.
No, oh, sure, I'll spread your ashes. All right, Chris, what do you say? Chris, any advice for Sarah today?
Well, yeah, so I'm a financial advisor, and there's, she's got a significant other with a different point of view that needs to be just respected. However, there is a very simple solution to this.
Mm-hmm.
She pays for his life insurance.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So she says, okay, look, you don't care about me enough to have life insurance and pay for it. I, however, make pretty good money, and what I will do is I will say that I deserve X amount of dollars to pay off the house, and I don't know if they have kids and college and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I think that I need this much money to live off of. I am willing to pay for it out of my earnings. So go get the damn insurance.
Yeah. Does he have to take a test and all that stuff? Does he have to comply, or can you do it behind his back, like in the movies?
Well. Sounds like someone's getting his honker bent out.
He's got to go for it. But you know what? Then you look and you say, you know what? Do you really love me, or do you want me to start sleeping around after you die?
How about before you die? How about sleeping around now? Wow. That's what I would say.
Well, I think
got to be ready for the future.
Chris, he's drumming up some business.
I know.
This guy's good.
I like it.
Financial advisor. Go ahead, give your office a shout out.
I work out of Worcester for an office called Terra Advisor Networks. I work with a guy named John LaMontagne, and we just try and help people, give them good advice, and let them make the best choices they possibly can, given their set of circumstances.
I wish I'd talked to you 20 years ago.
Thanks, Chris. Good call. Appreciate that. Donna, what do you say to Sarah today? Would you be irked? Is that an irksome thing?
I'm actually mad for her.
Right?
I wanted to know what would he do if she dropped her policy and he got nothing if she passed.
Well, that's what I think she might want to do. Is just be like, you know what, buddy? Even Steven.
Right.
Maybe just change the beneficiary to one of her friends.
Right.
Someone else has mentioned that. Yeah.
It's mean.
So, Donna, you say she should cancel his. Yeah.
Why wouldn't he want her to be taken care of, especially if they have children? What he want to plan?
They don't have
kids.
They don't have kids,
they're not going to.
Well, no, they're older. They're, I think, maybe late 40s, 50s. So.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, just a couple of dinks.
Well, I don't.
Double income, no kids.
Oh, that's what that is.
Nice.
Double income, no kids. Yeah, good.
I can't for the life of me think why he wouldn't do it. Right. Have a policy for her.
He's getting some bad advice. He doesn't want her to.
Unless he has one for someone else.
Oh, all right.
Twist.
Many a Dateline started with that question. Many a Dateline there, Donna. Now you open up another can of worms. What should she do? Because You start taking life insurance out on your spouse. You don't want to be worth more dead than alive.
No.
No, you don't.
No, you don't. That leads to trouble with a capital T.
All right, 888-410-1057. What should Sarah do about her case?
Get our live stream anywhere in your house on your Amazon Echo and enable the skill by saying Enable ROR Boston. Then say Open ROR or WROR.com.
Right
more. 1057 WROR. The ROR Morning Show with Bob Bronson, LBF, and Brian. This is Super Smart in 60 seconds.
Let's say good morning to our player today. It is Sherry from Haverhill. Good morning, Sherry.
Good morning.
Sherry, what are you taking your kids to school now? What I thought I overheard Brian say.
I will be, yeah. It's okay if he's a little late, though.
Okay, good.
And the money, it's totally okay if he's a little late.
So, Sherry, what you work at Moynihan Lumber? What do you do there?
I do. I'm an office assistant. I work upstairs in the office.
Nice.
How's the price of lumber these days? Coming down?
Not too good.
Oh, boy.
It is coming down, but things are hard to get, so...
Tough.
We're doing our best to get what we need for the customers, though.
Yeah, no, we're not going to blame you. It's not your fault.
Nope.
No way. Well, Sherry, let's see if we can get you $1,000 playing Super Smart. You get all 10 of LBF's questions correct. That's what you get. Don't forget, if there's time on the clock, you want to say pass, so we'll get back to it, okay? If you're not
Will
sure.
do.
Okay, Sherry from Haverhill, here we go.
What is 8 plus 8?
16.
True or false? Madonna wrote a children's book.
True.
In what country is Machu Picchu located?
Pass.
Who was the front man for the Cars?
Rick Ocasek.
Who said famously, "I have a dream"?
Martin Luther King Jr.
What snack did Teresa Bellissimo invent at the Anchor 7 bar in upstate New York in 1964?
Pass.
Whose hat featured a sign reading, "In this style, 10 over 6"?
Pass.
Which Hans Christian Andersen fairy tale figure sits by the waterside in Copenhagen?
Pass.
What country was margarine first patented?
United States.
In what country is Machu Picchu located?
I don't know. Mexico? I have no idea.
You're close.
Yeah.
Right?
Southern.
I knew it was South America, but I have no idea which one. Oh, jeez.
Peru.
Peru. Well,
I had to go further south.
Yeah,
Yep.
That's all right.
You know that. Sherry, you got 4 right. You passed a lot. I know that was your strategy, but you ran out of time.
All right. The snack that Teresa Bellissimo invented at the Anchor 7 bar in upstate New York in 64, buffalo wings.
You know what she said after?
What?
Bellissimo.
Oh, God, yeah. She did.
Don't you think
Don't laugh at
No,
him.
no, don't apologize.
Whose hat featured a sign reading in this style, 10 over 6 or 10-6? The Mad Hatter. Which Hans Christian Andersen fairy tale figure sits by the waterside in Copenhagen? The Little Mermaid. And the country margarine was first patented in? France. Those crazy French people.
Blame them.
Yep.
But
they love their butter. Why are they making margarine?
I know.
But you know what? It sounds better. They call it margarine over there.
Do they?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Would you like some margarine?
No, thank
Sounds
you.
better than margarine.
Still gross.
Yeah, okay, fine. Sherry, you didn't get $1,000 this time. We invite you to play again down the road. But you did get yourself a pair of tickets to see Steely Dan at the Orpheum Theater November 17th. Tickets on sale, livenation.com. So maybe you and the hubby can have a nice night out.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Steely Dan is awesome.
I love Steely Dan. They're great.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't love Steely Dan?
Oh, there she goes again.
Thank you so much. I enjoyed it.
Well, thank you. Enjoyed you, Sherry. Have a great day. Moynihan Lumber. I think Brian remembers the jingle.
Moynihan Lumber, we measure up. Right?
Nice. Good job.
Wow, that's some North Shore living.
That's a good one.
People love jingles. All right. Thank you, Sherry. All righty. There you go. Very, very nice lady. So,
yeah, she was awesome.
Yeah. to see Steely Dan at concert. That'd be fun. It'd be a great show.
Great.
Dave would like that show. They're musicians.
Yes, he really would like
You know what
that
I'm saying?
show. He's like,
Uh-huh.
yeah, he's not a pop star guy.
No, he's not.
He's more
wants,
like musician.
He wants to see a musician play. That'd be a great show.
Yes.
Okay, if you want to play Super Smart, go to WROR.com. Sign up to play right there like Sherry did for Shot at $1,000. You know what we say?
We know what we say. We say, you play it, you slay it, we pay it.
That's what we say. There
Sometimes
it is.
I mess it up, but mostly we
quite
say
often.
that.
Anyway,
try to say it.
Listen, the 80s artist of the day is REO Speedwagon. You got 5 minutes till 8:15 to text the keyword GOLD, GOLD, to the number 45911 for $500. Then we're going to do it again on the even hours all day. Next shot, 10 o'clock. Okay, Brian.
80s and more. 105.7 WROR. ROR Morning Show. Here's Bob Bronson, LBF, and Brian.
Okay, morning court today. We heard from Sarah. She's got a unique situation. First of all, she and her husband, I think they're probably 50. We didn't ask. They don't have any kids.
Mm-hmm.
So they were met with a financial advisor who advised them, well, look, it takes, beyond what you make at work, what insurance you have at work, take some extra out so then you'll, if anything happens to one of you, the survivor would have enough money to,
Pay the bills, grieve properly.
Yeah.
Not have to worry about those
maybe
things.
a cruise. I don't know.
Maybe, I don't
something. But her husband says, no, you'll have enough to bury me. Maybe have a nice little buffet and a soiree to say, bye-bye. So, but Sarah has insurance on him. Check this out. Here's what she said.
We've been married for a while, and, we're just kind of getting everything in order. We talked to a financial advisor about life insurance, and I kind of just assumed, of course, that's what we're going to do. Like, that's what people do. And then my husband drops this bomb and says, I'm not getting it. Why should I fund your life after I'm dead? He said, well, I don't want my death to be your payday. I'm like, what is he even talking about?
All right, so what she said was fund your life, right?
Yes.
F-U-M with a D.
Yes.
Right, not fun.
Not fun. Fund.
Make sure she's not going to fund her next life. Boyfriends, whatever. Okay.
old.
Well, people seem to think so. So it should be a slam dunk case for Sarah, but
Okay.
let's find out. Vinny, what advice do you have for Sarah?
Well, my advice is if her husband doesn't want to fund her future, then she ought to fund her own future. Take the money that she's spending on life insurance and have somebody invest it every month. Give the money to an advisor and say, invest this. I need to protect my future.
Well,
I spent my whole life making sure my kids and my family were going to be protected. If he doesn't want to do it, it's her job.
Yeah.
All right.
It's really amazing.
Do you think she should divorce him, or do you think she should?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think she ought to divorce him. I mean, I just think he's being a little selfish and stuff. That he's probably more worried about himself because he's all set if she dies.
Yeah,
because
that's right.
She's got life insurance, so she should cancel it.
Thank you,
If
Vinny.
something happens to her, and he
Just
has to
invest the
bury
money
her
instead.
and stuff and spend money.
I like it. All right, Vinny. Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Vinny.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi, Melanie. What do you say to Sarah today?
Two things. A lot of red flags because it seems very selfish to me that the way he's thinking. And secondly, she needs to at least have another conversation about it in the sense that he's thinking best case scenario. Best case scenario, she's working, he's working, he just passes away.
Mm-hmm.
Worst case scenario, they're in a horrific accident. He's dead and she can't work anymore.
Yeah.
That's what insurance for. It's for worst case scenario. And he's thinking, she's buying an island after he dies.
Right.
It's like, no, that's not what it's for. He needs to really rethink this, and I think they need to have another conversation.
You know what? I never even thought of that, and I am a worst case scenario girl.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But Melanie sees red flags.
Yes, I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very selfish. Very selfish.
I
on
think it
his
is
part.
too. He's like, well, what? So I die and you're going to go
Right.
buy, a
Exactly.
Corvette for your new boy toy?
He's just post-mortem jealous.
So maybe he's thinking he's probably already got her $500K spent.
Right.
Can you imagine?
They always do.
I'm telling you, I think she needs
Get
to
a motorcycle. I get a
Thanks, Melanie. Okay, bye now. Hey, Dee, what do you say?
I don't get that because I just got married in July, and
Congratulations.
I'm 50.
Yeah.
Thank you. But my husband and I, we've been together for 10 years, live in the same house, and we're both divorcees. So I have kids, he has kids.
Yeah.
But even when we weren't married, he was the main person on my policy, not my kids, because they were minors at the time.
Right.
If something happened to me, who's going to take care of them? I'm depending on him to make sure that they're. So I don't get that.
Well, they don't have kids, and it was your intent. It seems to me that you wanted to make sure your kids were okay, and even him,
but
right?
Even so, if I passed away,
yeah,
how is he's going to have the house and bills and everything else. I want to make sure that he's not left in any kind of financial hardship.
Right.
I don't get that. So
no, I think he's being unreasonable.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, come on. What are you saying about your wife if you're thinking as soon as you're gone?
I think he's a small, insecure man.
That's what it sounds like. Come on,
I do.
Yeah, because I mean, even when we weren't married, I wanted to make sure that I wasn't leaving my partner behind and to defend for himself for a house that I know he wouldn't be able to pay on one income.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's why she called us.
I'm one of those people that's worth more dead than alive.
Oh, no, Dee, don't say that out loud.
Don't tell anybody else.
Check your brakes before you leave the house.
Yeah.
I worry for going on a cruise for our COVID extended honeymoon next year. So there's a heads up if some girl named Dee disappears on.
All right, thank you.
Dee, would you like to talk to our financial advisor who called earlier just before you depart? I shouldn't say depart. Wrong word. Okay. Hey, great call. Thank you, Dee, and congrats on your wedding. Okay. I think we have a verdict here, guys. I think we can bang the gavel on this one.
I think we can.
He's a jerk.
Yep.
Okay. They're out there. Mm-hmm. Thanks, Dee.
Thanks. Bye.
That's it. Gavel banged.
Okay.
Careful.
Ooh, yikes. Ooh, that was close.
Don't hurt yourself.
Brian, do me a favor. Record that call for Dee.
Yes, right.
If she does disappear out to sea, we have, her last, radio appearance. Anyway, no, I'm sure it'll be fun, Dee. Enjoy it. No worries. So, for Sarah, what do you guys, cancel his or take out her own on him? So if he does die?
Yeah, take out her own.
Take out her own?
Yeah.
So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and take it out.
And make his life miserable.
Okay. That's why you're not a financial advisor, more of a marriage counselor, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, good. Hey, what do you got coming up, Dirty Laundry?
Oh, I have the greatest musical duo in Boston. They're filming, and they sang a duet that's going to make you so happy. I love it. I don't even know why I like it, but it's so good. It's so good. Okay, that's coming up next. It's Journey now at 8:32. 105.7 WROR, 80s and more. There we go. It's 8:36. LBF's got the Dirty Laundry. Here it is. All right, it may be 86 degrees in Boston today, but it's feeling a lot like Christmas. And I'm going to tell you why in a second. But before I get to that, I wanted to say, so sad about Norm Macdonald. 61 years old, died of cancer. He's been battling it privately for 9 years. And a lot of people coming out to say how wonderful he is. Jon Stewart, no one can make you break like Norm Macdonald, hilarious and unique. Adam Sandler said every one of us loved Norm. Some of the hardest laughs of my life with this man. Most fearless, funny, original guy we knew. An incredible dad, a great friend, a legend. Love you. He was on SNL. He was fired from SNL because the head of NBC was golfing buddies with O.J. Simpson. And when Norm wouldn't let up on making fun of him, he was fired. He was relentless. Yeah. Then he came back and did it again. He didn't care. Yeah, right. Right. That's what I like. I like to see. Okay, you guys. It's 86 degrees in Boston today, but it feels like Christmas because they are filming Spirited, starring Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds. Yesterday, there was a whole awesome dance scene. Now, it's based on A Christmas Carol, so it's a period piece, but funny. Yeah. And there's singing and dancing behind the Bell in Hand because that's like one section of the city
like Dickens.
that literally looks like it's from.
Cobblestones.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like the Dickens. Yeah, it is. So it's really, it's cool. But I think they're going to be doing some singing and dancing, Ryan and Will, because they did this duet. This is so
and
good.
Dang, they sound good. You ready?
Yeah, hit it. Hit it.
I will hit it.
Okay.
I could be violet sky. I could be hurtful. I could be purple. I could be anything you like. I could be brown. I could be blue. I could be violet sky. I could be hurtful. I could be purple. I could be anything you like. I could be brown. I could be blue. I could be violet sky. I could be hurtful. I could be purple. I could be anything you like. I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky.
That's Will.
I could be hurtful, I could be purple, I could be anything you like. I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky. I could be hurtful, I could be purple, I could be anything you like. I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky. I could be hurtful, I could be purple, I could be anything you like.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
so
I'm not even
good.
familiar with that song, in all honesty. You guys said it's a
Mika.
10-year-old song.
Grace Kelly. Great song, great artist.
It's fun.
But that's fun.
Yeah.
They remind me a little bit of Ernie and Bert on Sesame Street when they did the I Can Only Do the High part.
Yeah.
Remember that?
That's
Do
what's-
it.
yes.
It's a good one.
Hey, are you done?
Yeah, you going someplace?
Well, I want.
I mean,
Listen, we have a last minute.
okay. Let me
Lisa,
get out of the way.
Could you get out of the way?
All right,
please?
go ahead.
Wow. Boy, you,
I mean, my
yeah,
God.
you can be hurtful and purple.
You're gonna be purple.
No, Lisa wants to talk about our morning show, Morning Court. Lisa, go ahead, turn your radio down.
Hi, how are you guys?
We're good.
Morning.
Good morning.
I just want to give you a shout. I'm really upset about that whole situation with the woman and the man telling her that
Morning Court.
they shouldn't get extra insurance.
Yeah.
It's horrible. Nobody's gone. What about her? She needs to get on with their life. You know, men today are such jerks. You know, not you.
Telling me, not him.
Wow.
Wally, you're great. You're great.
Who's that?
These guys are really. I was married for 37
Long time
years.
listener. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
And my husband, God rest him, he was a great guy. You know, it was about making sure that I was okay when that I would be okay. That everything would be all right, that I would have money, I'd be taken care of. But today, these men just want to take off, screw, do whatever they're going to do, and just leave you in the dirt. I think it's horrible. Whatever it's a good old-fashioned love and coupling and having fun.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to do that anymore.
Men are jerks. You heard Lisa.
You heard it. It's the patriarchy. You know?
Men are jerks. That was the good old Boston men. We had good Boston men behind
That's right.
us.
Back in the day. They were good
Back in the
bosses.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, LBF? We
Yes.
need good men.
I know. I found a nice Jersey boy. Last one there.
I love it.
Lauren, you
That's
want
what I hear. Good
to
Jersey
tell
boy.
Lisa that Wally's retired? and
Yes,
all?
Wally is retired, but she, you know that.
Wally, you're retired.
Yeah, well, he retired.
That's Bob. Wally's retired. Yes, Bob's great. That's what you get, Bob, for interrupting me.
Wow, was that a setup? Okay. Anyway, Lisa, it was great talking to you.
Let that be a lesson to you, sir.
Men are jerks. That's what I heard. All right, you done?
Yeah.
Okay,
Are you
good.
done?
No, I was talking to Lisa. Okay, Brian, what do you got for the roads this morning? It's 8:41.
No good news. This is brought to you by Allstate.
Looking for the perfect gift for your mom, your spouse, your kids, or even your BFF? Must-Haves and FunFinds.com has you covered. Our team is crafting lists of ideas to make every gift you give extra special. Must-Haves and FunFinds.com.